In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about how to incorporate Mothernode's submittal approval process into your workflow. This will allow you to submit artwork and designs and drawings to your customers for review and allow them to approve those drawings and designs so you can get started on manufacturing them. This is all going to be incorporated within your workflow within your Mothernode account, so nothing falls astray. So this can be done in quotes, it can also be done in orders. It depends on where you want this to fall within your particular workflow. In this instance, I'm going to be using orders as my example. And the concept is that my customer is already approved to do work with me. They've signed off on the quote. We've put some designs and drawings together for them now. And now we want them to get approved so we can move forward and manufacture them. So I have a simple order over here that has 3 line items for signage that we are going to be submitting for review for our customer. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on the Files tab, and let's take a look at what we have available to us here. So if I have files that are going to be for internal use only, that are being applied to this order to keep on top of the project. They could be files of any kind, PDFs for design, site surveys, or product information from vendors that I'm going to be using on this particular order, pricing information and such. I can have all of this included here by uploading the file. So I can give you an example. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to type in sign type 1 and we're going to upload one of the PDFs. So again, I'm going to choose the category for this file, and this is all maintained by you. So if you want to reduce this list, change it, extend it, you can go ahead and do that. Over here now, what I can do is I can actually assign this particular file to a line item. So in this case here, I'm going to assign it to line item 1. This is going to be for approval, but if it weren't for approval, I would just tag it as no. And now I'm going to click on select the file over here. I'll browse my library of sample files and I'm going to choose sign type 1. Now this is a single page PDF that I'm going to be uploading here with just one design on it. If I need to, I can also add more files to this bulk, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to say save. And now we have our first file. So we can see a preview over here, which order number it corresponds with, which of course is going to be the one that we're working in. And then I can see some additional information along with the ability to preview the file if I'd like to. By clicking on this, I can print it, magnify it, and so on. I can also share this file with anyone outside of my organization by clicking on the share, and by simply copying the link and pasting it in my email, they can have access to downloading the file. They can't change anything, they can just download it. Of course, I can also download it by clicking on the download icon, as well as clicking on the 3 dots over here that will allow me to edit or remove this file, which I will do neither. All right, the second way of doing this is as follows. If I am going to be creating a file for approval and review, I can do it directly in the Create Job for Approval. This way I don't have to upload the files in the other screen, I can just do it all from this screen right here. And you can also see that my original files that I have access to are going to be included here as well. So whatever I had uploaded that was available for approval would be included in this list. So now I'm going to add 2 more, and here's a bit of advice. Go ahead and select the file first, choose the file that you want to add, and while it's uploading, then you can put in the additional information, okay? Sign type 2, category plans and designs, add it to line item 2, and it's already scheduled for approval, and by the time I finished doing all of this, it had been uploaded. Okay, so I'm going to click save. All right, we have our second file. Now let's add our third. All right, now we have all 3 files. So before we do anything else regarding creating the job, the first thing we want to do is add some special instructions that our client will see when they are logging into their file approval portal, so they know what to expect and what to do next. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to select all of the files to include in the job. If I do want to send different files for different jobs, what I can do is select an individual one and create a job directly off of that. In this case here, I want to say select all, and now I'm going to say create job approval. Okay, Now we've created a brand new job for approval. So let me tell you a little bit about this screen and what you see on it. First of all, the job number that we've created here is going to be job 1011. Down below we can see that it hasn't been sent yet to anyone. Here's the date and time that it was created. And then we see a link, but we also see a preview button. Here's the difference. If I were to click on the link or give somebody the link, they will have to authenticate using the job number, their name, and email address and agree to the terms and conditions, which you'll see how that works in a moment. This replicates what the client would be seeing. The preview, on the other hand, is allowing the project manager to quickly access the client's experience bypassing the authentication process because they already are authenticated in the program. Down below, we also see the note that we have. If we want to straighten some things out, append to it, correct some typos, we can go ahead and do that and click update. And then down below, of course, we see the different files that we have included. We can see that 3 are included, 0 have been approved, 0 have been declined, and 0 activity has taken place, along with all statuses being pending, nothing being viewed, and nothing being downloaded. So the next thing we want to do is we want to click email approval. Once I do that, I have created my own email template that allows me to quickly put some instructions and directions for the customer to review and see so they understand what to expect and what to do next in the process. So when I click the template and then I clicked insert, I've opted to use some placeholders like the person's name as well as the order number and the reference for the project. That is also included in the subject of the email so it catches their attention when it hits their inbox. Additionally, you can attach other files, but this is not going to be part of the job for approval. These will just be file attachments that are in the email. So if there's any directions, instructions, or additional information you have in PDFs, maybe product brochures and so on and so forth, you can include that as well. And if they were part of the email template, they would be included just the same, okay? Again, we have file approval 1011. And it's important to remember that you may have customers that are working with you that are working on more than one project and are dealing with more than one plan or design that requires their attention. So these file approval numbers are going to help differentiate those projects when they log in. So let's take a look at this. What we're going to do is we're going to send this email to the customer and we'll see what the customer receives. Okay, this is a copy of the email that the customer will receive. We can see the subject heading is very clear. It's the artwork approval is required for order number 546, and the reference is the submittal approval process for this demonstration. Down below, we can see the details. This is going to be your company logo with the information down below, along with the job for approval. In this case, it's going to be the 1011. Below that is going to be information about the project manager, so make sure that you have a professional photo of yourself if you're going to be posting photos within the program. And then down below that, you can see that they have all the instruction, the information that's available to them within this email that's addressing what their next steps are, and then once they complete those steps, what your next steps will be. So always try and give as much information as you can. All right, so what they'll do is they'll click on the job for approval. And when they arrive on this login screen, they will see your company logo at the top. They'll be able to put in the job number. This will not be auto-completed because, again, they may have more than one job with you. Agree to the terms and conditions and click Continue. Once they log into the file approval screen, they'll see the first PDF in the list at the top displayed down below in the center of the screen. As they navigate through the different PDFs, the information down below that corresponds to the PDF will also be displayed. Last but not least, and most importantly, all of the information about the document that they're reviewing in the center is going to be listed off to the side. And so they can either choose to download a copy of the PDF, decline to approve it, or ask a question. So let's go through a couple of these exercises. Very important to remember that each one of these PDFs is a single document. That means that what they're approving here is being seen over here. In the event that PDFs are multi-page, they'll be able to access the multiple pages off to the side here in the right-hand pane. However, the approval process is going to apply to all of the documents within that single PDF. So if each one of these drawings requires its own approval and review, then they need to be split up into separate PDFs as we've done here. For more real estate, users can collapse panes off to the right-hand side as well as collapse panes off to the left-hand side. This will allow for better visibility of the items that they have to review. So let's begin. In the first case, the customer is happy with the information that they're seeing here, and this is as expected, so they're going to go ahead and approve it. They'll first click the Approve button and then follow the second instruction to approve this file. When they approve this file, the information is stamped below as to who approved the file and what date and what time. The information across the top for this particular PDF has now been included to say Approved. When they review the second item, they have some questions. So they may want to ask a question. When they submit the question, it's stamped down below, and the project manager will be alerted to the question being asked within the application. Additionally, they can use the annotation tools in the PDF to further emphasize their question. When they're finished annotating and marking up their PDF, they'll click the Save button. And because we've presented them with two different options of a similar sign, they've already determined that this is the sign that they don't want to order, so they're going to go ahead and decline it. Their decision is noted accordingly. Okay, let's take a look at the activity that the project manager has now received based on what the customer has posted within the account. We click on the Files tab, and we can now see that item 1 has been approved, item 2 is pending approval, and item 3 has been declined. We can click on the job for more details. Over here, we can see some more information down below, and for the pending, it's been reviewed and downloaded, but we want to look at some of the activity. In the activity, we can see that the customer has a question. Is the CRM acronym going to be included? So we can post a response. And if they want to, they can pin this to the top. In the event that the customer has not been responsive in approving any of the artwork, you can go ahead and click on Send Reminder and basically choose another template that you can include in here that reminds the customer they need to log into their account and approve the file. When the customers return to the file to review the notes, they'll see the project manager's latest updates down below that says, yes, per your earlier notes. Once they're satisfied, they can go ahead and approve. And once they've approved, they can submit for approval. They'll add their name and their email address. Everyone involved will receive the information along with the activity log that concludes the process. The activity log is presented to the customer so they can see all of the activity that took place on each one of the signs. And this information is also available in the job within the actual order itself. Finally, when the approval process is complete, the project manager can go ahead and set the shop drawings to be the production drawings so the production crew can use the artwork that's been included for fabrication. So by clicking on order entry and going back to the line items, either in project management or in production, users can click on the construction details and they will see the PDF that was used for the customer to approve available in the production drawings. These will further be able to be accessed in the production documents when shop drawings are selected. For more information about Mothernode CRM and how it can benefit some of your workflow, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Mothernode. To schedule a demo or see some additional features, visit us online at www.mothernode.com. Thanks for watching.